Hello, everybody, and welcome to Reality Hacker for August 9th, 2025. It's Season 2, Episode 32. Robots will clean house, all right. Simulated human subjects sounds creepy as hell. Neovision's Edge AI Vision, Cyborg Bees, and synthetic cells. That and more over at ohmTown.com and the channel under it called Reality Hacker. It's right there under Creative and Maker. Go and check it out. Become a citizen. Sign up, sign in. All news, no noise. All the noise comes from this AI. All right, folks, let's just jump on into it. This is the front page of ohmTown, but this is Reality Hacker, and this is the first article where a wild video shows humanoid robot loading a washing machine pretty well, it says here in the article. It's over at Futurism, but aggregated over at ohmTown.com. Just a little snippet, and then we link you to the source. It says it's not teleoperated, but it was at one time, my understanding is. Maybe, I'm not sure anymore. He explained on Twitter, we're running Helix, their in-house neural network. It's the first time seeing a robot actually doing a task in a home, which I don't know about that either. In an impressive new demo, humanoid robot company Figure founder Brett Adcock showed the company's F.02 robot effortlessly loading dirty laundry from a basket into a washing machine, and it seems like all other demos have some basket involved. It's kind of funny. Well, anyway, the article is over at Futurism.com under a section that they call The Bite. Victor Tangerman put the article together. Yeah, so it's basically doing human things, and that's fine with me. The only problem that I have really is that this is not where robots are going to be dominant. Not in the short, probably not in the long. It's going to be taking jobs, and then who's going to be doing laundry if you can't afford to buy clothes? Or the washing machine, or the robot. Yeah. Everybody's going to be buying or getting a new job doing something else, right? Because that's what happens. Everybody just suddenly starts doing other equally paid jobs. No new training, no new debt for that training. School is abundantly available, right? And everybody has copious amounts of money to just kind of idle until they can get a new job. So Adcock was talking about Figure's generalist vision language action, or VLA model called Helix, which allows humanoid robots to make decisions on the fly based on perception and language inputs. They said that they've already seen the F02 robot expertly sorting packages at a logistics warehouse, dealing with packages of various sizes, shapes, and hardnesses, and manipulating their orientation with impressive deftness. I don't know about deftness. Last year, the company tested its robots at a BMW car factory in South Carolina, supporting plant employees performing ergonomically awkward and exhausting tasks to take the strain off them. Right. That's what it was. The next article is over in TechnologyToday. AI models simulate human subjects to aid social science research, but limits remain. Yeah, as in it's not real world. These aren't humans, so they don't act like humans. They don't talk like humans. They don't think like humans. They don't have emotions. They don't have anything that makes a human human. LLMs that emulate human speech are being used to cost effectively test assumptions and run pilot studies, but that's all bullshit. You need humans to do research. You can't do research on bots that simulate humans because all of the inputs are there. They're already known. You're not looking for anything because you already have the data right there. So it's producing promising early results, but researchers note that human data remains essential. Exactly. None of this actually makes any sense. Why do this? It's made by humans, but it's not even a close approximation of it, unless you want sociopathy and psychopathy in there. They hallucinate, make shit up. They lie, manipulate. They don't manipulate. They outright just fabricate facts, and so you don't know what you're actually getting. This is stupid. The article is over at techexplore.com. Catherine Miller from Stanford University put the article together. It was edited by Lisa Locke and reviewed by Andrew Zenin. By improving our understanding of human behavior, how? By using robots? That doesn't make any sense. Social science research helps businesses design successful marketing programs, ensure governmental policies are responsive to people's needs, and support the development of appropriate strategies for fighting disease and maintaining public policy or public safety. And that's how you do it with humans. You don't do it with robots. You don't do it with AI. You don't do it with LLMs. You don't do it with virtualization. You do it with humans. The research spans the fields of economics, psychology, sociology, political science, uses a variety of approaches from field work to online polling, randomized controlled trials, focus groups, observation, and more. But all social science research is complicated by its subject people. And so they sit there and say, with advances in AI, though, social scientists can now simulate human data. No, they cannot. No, they cannot. Anyway, it's a new paper posted in the archive preprint server. You can follow the link. Again, it's over at Tech Explorer. I've read some of this, and before this was submitted, I had known about this. It says the accuracy is impressive. The team was especially encouraged to find the same level of accuracy even when replicating studies that were published after GPT-4 was trained. Many would have expected to see the LLM succeed at simulating experiments that were part of its training data and fail on new ones it hadn't seen before. But no, nothing really is original. It's just that humans are irrational. So I don't buy into this. While LLMs show potential accuracy in replicating studies, they face other major challenges that scholars would need to find ways to address. One is distributional alignment. LLMs have a remarkable inability to match the variation of responses from humans. Hence, nothing from an LLM should be used for humanistic research, human-bound research. You can study the LLMs all you want, research the LLMs all you want, but nothing else makes sense. Just use it for academic research of the AI. I'll move on. The next article is over in the Wanted channel. Seeing Without the Cloud, Neovision's ambitious edge AI vision. Every truly smart machine needs to perceive its surroundings, but today's AI systems often rely on power-hungry hardware and constant cloud connections, and that approach creates a gap between what's technically possible, feasibility, basically, and autonomous vehicles and other devices at the edge of the Internet of Things. Under the banner of physical AI, developers are pushing intelligence out of data centers and into sensors, cameras, and tiny modules. This article is over at ubergizmo.com. Hubert Nguyen put the article together. Under the banner of physical AI, developers are pushing intelligence out of data centers and into sensors, cameras, and tiny modules. And then there's a bunch of logic involved. So at the heart of this shift lies inference, the phase of deep learning where a trained model takes new inputs, images, video streams, sensor readings, and delivers real-time predictions. Unlike training, which demands vast data sets and heavy computation, inference is a streamlined forward pass that must happen fast and fast and often with minimal power. So it's all downline. It's all from getting the information with the vision system and then being able to process it without having to off-put it to the cloud or to some other edge system, and then get the response and then put it back into the far edge, like glasses or some system that's out there interacting with humans. So Neovision calls this brain of things by NeoWise, is designed to bridge this gap. Rather than adapting generic foundation models, NeoWise developed its own inference engines from the ground up by tailoring each neural network and software stack. Neovision squeezes maximum performance into tiny footprints. This is very marketing-esque discussions here. To achieve the power-saving ambitions, Neovision taps two frontier technologies. First, silicon photonics promises up to 100 times greater efficiency, and quantum computing techniques aim to accelerate key operations at fractions of today's power budgets, but you're not going to get that. They're talking about seeing without the cloud, but you're talking about quantum computing. This is, yeah. So NeoWise, founded in April 12th, 2024, is led by Charlie Shin alongside co-founders Ned Zhou and Rocky San, who from its early years, the startup has racked up milestones. An MVP of active learning by November 2024, a cloud NPU pilot by December, partnerships for subway safety solutions in mid 2025. Its team combines deep expertise in AI. This is more marketing than anything else. All right, the next article is over in the Model Channel. New Cyborg Bees operate like RC cars thanks to tiny brain controllers. Somewhere between dystopian sci-fi and Black Mirror B-side, Chinese scientists have wired a living bee's brain to a controller that makes it turn left or right on command. A team at the Beijing Institute of Technology successfully turned an ordinary worker bee into a fully functional cyborg bee using a 74 milligram controller, the lightest insect-compatible brain interface ever made. Insect-based robots inherit the superior mobility, camouflage capabilities, and environmental adaptability of their biological hosts, said lead creepy investigator Professor Zhao Zheliang wrote in a peer-reviewed paper published last month. Yeah, this is creepy as hell. Actually, fight, because then you can basically Shanghai a bee, or wait, let me rephrase that. You can, what do you want to call it? Turn a bee into a robot and send it into an area, and it has listening devices and vision maybe, and bring that telemetry back to whoever it is. I mean, it's Dune-esque level, kind of mechanistic kind of process, like in Dune, right? You can't have AI. You have to have humans, and you have to have machines, mechanical, clunky machines. And that's basically what this is, in terms of putting a biological robot under the control of something that is remotely stimulated to control them, right? So go left, go right, go up, go down, walk on the ground, go wherever you need to go to get to the data, and then bring back whatever it is you pilfer. It's really, really creepy. This God. But I'm sure that they're going to hype up the whole thing that, oh, well, this could save lives and blah, blah, blah. But that's not, that there's some creepy bastard. Yeah. Urban combat, counterterrorism, narcotics interdiction, not to mention disaster relief and search and rescue missions. And that's what people are going to remember, because it's the last statement. Yeah. But I'm also of the mind that a person, you can do great harm with a fork. But it's your moral code, your ethical compass, that decides which direction you go. Yeah. All right. The next article is over in Technology Today. Scientists build synthetic cells that tell time. Scientists engineered synthetic cells that accurately keep time using biological clock proteins, offering new insights into how circadian rhythms resist molecular noise. Researchers at UC Merced have successfully created tiny artificial cells capable of keeping time with remarkable precision, closely resembling the natural daily cycles observed in living organisms. The article is over at scitechdaily.com. University of California, Merced put the article together. There is no byline, but it's by that school. Published in Nature Communications, the study was led by bioengineering professor Anand Bala Subramaniam, and Professor Andy Lewang of the Chemistry and Biochemistry Department. The lead author, Alexander Zhu Li, completed his PhD under Subramaniam's guidance. So biological clocks, commonly referred to as circadian rhythms, are internal systems that manage essential 24-hour cycles such as sleep, metabolism, and other key bodily functions. Did you know that one nostril actually closes and the other one opens? You don't breathe through both of them most of the time simultaneously. Yeah, it's kind of an interesting thing. Anyway, To better understand how the rhythm operates in cyanobacteria, the research team recreated the timing mechanism inside simplified synthetic cell structures known as vesicles. These vesicles were filled with the core proteins that drive the biological clock, with one protein labeled using fluorescent marker to make the timing activity visible. So they basically created a protein clock. The model revealed that clocks become more robust with higher concentrations of clock proteins, allowing thousands of vesicles to keep time reliably, even when protein amounts vary slightly between vesicles. So it's a new tool for circadian biology. The cyanobacteria circadian clock relies on slow biochemical reactions that are inherently noisy, and it has been proposed that high clock protein numbers are needed to buffer that noise. This new study introduces a method to observe reconstituted clock reactions within size-adjustable vesicles that mimic cellular dimensions. So they basically get to see what it is that's impacting the circadian clock. Quite fascinating. But that clock dings 13, and so we are going back to the front page of Reality Hacker over at ohmTown.com, and we're calling it a day. Thank you very much. Stay tuned, though. You can go over to our next show, which is Wanted, a show about gadgets and gear, whereas this is about hacking reality. The next show is about Wanted gadgets and gear, and then after that, the continuity report, where we talk about the entertainment sector. So thanks again, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.